everyone, welcome back to my channel, Side Hustle Seattle. So today, I actually wanted to talk through different type of insurances for notary publics and notary signing agents. I know when I first started my journey to become a notary public and a signing agent, that was definitely one of the biggest questions that I've had. And being in different forums, I can tell that it's still a question for most new notary publics and notary signing agents. And it can be a little bit confusing. So I want to break down kind of what kind of insurances are out there, what they cover, ballpark of how much they cost and how you can get them, to hopefully give you some clarity if you're also looking into them. Now keep in mind, I am not an insurance agent. Do not take my word as law. If you're looking into insurance, please 100% contact an insurance professional, because I am not one of those. So just do your research, as with anything when it comes to this business, and do not just take my word for it. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to cover three things in total. I'm going to cover notary surety bonds, notary errors and omissions insurance, or E&O insurance, and signing agent E&O insurance. Okay, so let's start by talking about the notary surety bond. Now, before we talk about what it is, let's talk about what it isn't. What it isn't is actually insurance to cover you. It's actually meant for the public. So it's meant to protect the public from financial losses stemming from any sort of mistakes or misconduct that you do while performing notarial acts. Now, these could be, real misconducts or mistakes, or it can be false claims. It doesn't really matter. Somebody can make a claim against your bond. Now, if the bond company does have to end up paying out that claim, you are actually responsible for paying that back in full to the bond company. So it's not like insurance where you just pay a premium and then they take care of the rest. No, they will pay up front, you will pay them back. And in addition, you could be responsible for money that goes beyond the bond itself. So like for Washington, my bond amount is $10,000. But if there's legal fees and courtroom fees and any other fees that go beyond that $10,000, I could be liable for paying those as well. Now, every state does not require you to get a notary surety bond. It varies by state. The amount that you have to get also varies by state. Like I said, in Washington, you do have to get one, and it is for $10,000. And you need to make sure that you have it for the duration of your commission, so for 4 years. Now, I got mine through the National Notary Association, the NNA, and I bought mine as like a part of a packet. So I didn't buy it one off, but I know if I were to buy it one off, it would essentially be $50 for the 4 years for that $10,000 bond. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, great, so I have this thing, but essentially I'm still gonna have to pay it back. So how does that help? Exactly, it doesn't. So what you then need to look into is insurance, essentially. So let's get into what notary errors and omission insurance does and signing agent errors and omission insurance. So let's go ahead and start with notary E&O. So just to be clear, having errors and omissions insurance is not required by law, but like with any insurance, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? So notary E&O is exactly like it sounds. It's designed to cover you for errors and omissions made while performing notarial acts. So if you have, unintentionally break the law, an honest mistake, somebody steals your seal and pretends to be you, or even if somebody has a false claim, it'll help cover those damages. So think about it. If somebody falsely claims that you made a mistake, you still have to go to court. You still have to pay a lawyer, and those are real out-of-pocket fees. So it'll help cover that. And if somebody makes a claim against your bond and you have to reimburse the bond company, it'll help cover that reimbursement. Now, the good thing about insurance is you don't have to pay back what they paid out. You just have to pay your premium. So they will cover up to the cost of whatever insurance policy you have. All you are responsible for is your premium. Now, the thing that sucks about being a notary, unfortunately, is that people can sue you for things that you did forever ago. So you could have done a notarial act 8 years ago and all of a sudden just get a lawsuit on it. But with a lot of these insurance companies, as long as your insurance policy was active during the time that you performed the act, you are still covered. Always double check with your policy just to make sure. But as long as you had insurance during that time, you should still be covered. So I actually got my errors and omission insurance, or my notary E&O insurance, through the NNA. It came with my notary packet. So it came with my bond and my seal and my stamp and my E&O insurance and all of that. You 100% do not have to get it through them. I just did a package deal because I didn't want to have to worry about it. Mine is for up to $35,000. And although it's a little hard to tell how much it costs because it was in the pack, I do know that if you get it separately, it's as little as like $20 for a year or $60 for 4 years. So a very small amount of money for the peace of mind that you get. However, like I mentioned in the beginning, it only covers you for errors and omissions done on notarial acts. So if you're a signing agent and let's say that you're delayed in returning the loan documents and that causes your signer to lose the interest rate and they're mad and they want to sue you, it will not cover you for that because that is not part of the notarial act. So that is where signing agent errors and omissions insurance comes into place. So signing agent E&O insurance, often just seen as professional liability insurance. So essentially what it does is it helps fill in the gaps that notary errors and omission insurance doesn't. So in addition to covering you for notarial acts, it'll also cover you as you act as a signing agent and everything that goes into it. So making sure to get the right signatures and initials, making sure to get the right dates on all the documents, making sure to return in a timely fashion. It'll cover you for mistakes that are made around everything essentially that goes into being a signing agent. So technically you do not have to have both notary E&O and signing agent E&O because it does cover you for notary acts as well. If you are a loan signing agent or looking to become a loan signing agent, it's important to keep in mind that most title and escrow companies, as well as signing services, require you to have a minimum amount of E&O insurance to even send you business. And a lot of times that number is like 100,000, but I've seen it be 1 million before, and rightfully so, right? We're dealing with homes here. We're dealing with big like loans. So these are hundreds of thousands of dollars or $1 million+ loans sometimes. And they want to make sure they're properly covered, and you want to make sure that you are properly covered. So if you want to increase your business, if you're truly looking to become a signing agent, this is something you're going to have to get anyway. So just keep that in mind and make sure you do your research. Now, when I was looking into it, there was 2 companies that I came across. By Burke, which I think is the company that most people use, at least from my research, and Hiscox. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right. Hiscox. Anyways, it's it's affiliated with Geico. That's all I know. And for $1 million liability policy with them, it was about $33 a month for me. Now, of course, that's going to vary based on your business, based on how much you plan to make for the year, based on the risk. So I've seen some people have a $20 policy. I've seen some people have a $45 policy per month. So it's going to vary. But when you think about what it could cost if you got sued, that $35 is looking really good, right? So just keep that in mind, that if you're seriously trying to be a notary public or a notary signing agent, definitely consider getting insurance, whether it be notary errors and omissions insurance or signing agent insurance / professional liability insurance. It is always great to be covered. I hope this was helpful for anybody that is new and just looking into what it all means to get insurance. And as always, thank you for watching.